Yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Weekend No Show, and this is our inaugural episode. So thanks a lot. Please forgive us for any inconsistencies. We're getting our feet wet, but my name is JG, and we have Lavelle and Clinton here with us. Say something, guys.
What up?
What's
What
up,
up?
peoples?
All right. So today we're going to get into a topic which I think everyone in the world has thought of at one point, and that is, why doesn't Batman simply kill the Joker? And uh, yes, I know everyone has probably lain awake nights thinking about this, but you know, I'm going to lay out my case. I'm kind of the comics guy here. I'm the comics guy here, so I'm going to lay out my case, and I'll see what you guys think about it.
Here.
So, in my opinion, Batman, yes, he should kill the Joker and should have killed the Joker, a long time ago, because he has to take that on himself. In my opinion, he's being very selfish. Batman doesn't want to take this on himself. He doesn't want to take this murder on himself, and he doesn't want to cross that line. However, which would be fine. It would be fine if he wouldn't have already put himself out here as a vigilante. He's already putting himself above the police, above the law. And then he won't take this one further step. How many people have to die? It's not even the same as like, well, then anyone should just go out and kill anybody. Well, no, because anyone's not really putting themselves above the law. I'm not doing that. And so no, I'm not responsible for killing someone preemptively. But Batman, he is out there attempting to preempt these crimes. He's stopping these crimes over and over, mind you. These people keep going into the Arkham Asylum, then they get out. And his intervention doesn't really seem to stop this from happening. And the Joker is the worst of all because the body count is so high. Every time the Joker gets out, the body count is just colossal because the writers, they want to just show how deadly the Joker is. Yes, we get it. In my opinion, the Joker's threat level is very inflated, but the point is the writers do this. Joker's very dangerous. He's the worst. He kills all these people. Now Batman has to come and stop him. Well, in my opinion, Batman should just end this once and for all, take that on himself. And, he's a detective. Just make it so that Joker disappears. Don't do it in front of the entire city. I mean, just hey, Joker, you're going to disappear, and that's it. And so, I don't know if you guys remember, Clinton, I'm sure you never read this, but it was The Dark Knight Returns, 1985. Vel, I'm sure you read that one.
Yeah. Yep.
And remember, he just can't. After he's 55 years old, Joker comes back. He's killing more people. He's thinking to himself, "I should have done this. I should have done this. I should have done this years ago." Because he's just killing all these people, and he can't do it. And I'm like, you know what? That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable, man. And you put yourself out here now. Now do it. Now go all the way. Nobody asked you to do this. You decided to do this. So, I mean, I guess I don't have much more to say than that. Batman needs to take it on himself. Otherwise, it's kind of a bitch move to back out and say, "Hey, I'm a hero. I don't do that." Well, you just failed everyone. Sorry. You really need to step it up a notch and take on that murder, and then, I don't know, retire or something. But what do you guys think? I guess I'm done. Case closed.
Clinton, you want to go or you want me to go?
Go ahead, Val.
All right. So I mean, no argument here. We're on the same page. But I would take it a step further and say, you know what? Fine, I get it. Batman should kill him. But you know who also should kill him? The commissioner. Listen, man. Ain't nobody. Yeah, I don't know if he actually raped her, but it's implied. Nobody's raping and making my daughter a paraplegic and not dying.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, yeah, it's just like, you know what, I get it. Everybody, all the guys in Gotham, they have a code apparently. Fuck a code. Do what's fucking right for the greater good and get that dude out of the world.
Man, yep. Yeah, I hear you.
Some people can't, you can't sending people to Arkham doesn't work, obviously. So just listen, our society has killed people for less.
Man,
We
yes,
put
you're exactly right.
we put far lower criminals to death, you know, in the chair for less. So even here's the thing: even if Batman doesn't want to do it by his own hands, put that motherfucker on death row and kill him already.
Yeah.
So that's my point. Yeah, I've wondered that for years. That was the one thing I liked about the whole injustice thing. Is Superman was like, "Fuck this! This dude got to die." And granted, Superman ended up being an asshole, but still, I was all in when he did it when he killed him. I was like, yeah. So so yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess I have a little bit different take on it.
Okay.
I would say a couple things. One, I don't think morally we can command or require, if those are the right words, another person, in this case Batman, to kill somebody, right? I do get JG's point about, if he's going to take on the mantle of fighting crime and stuff like that, and he's taking on that responsibility, he needs to see it through. But I think if you're going to go with the death penalty or something like that, then the state, the government, law enforcement should act it, and they've had plenty of opportunity to do that. I actually, admire Batman that he has a set of principles. We can disagree with it, but he has a set of principles that he sticks to. My solution actually would be this, though. I don't think the government or anybody should be killing people, even though I 100% understand why you'd want to. And if I were in that situation, I would want to, kill the Joker in that case. So I'm not disputing, the desire to do that, or even, maybe the morality of doing it. But I think there's a better way. Is a concept I've been thinking about. It's like, what if you took all of these criminals, all these murderers, rapists, like the most heinous criminals, um, like bankers and shit, and politicians too.
Yeah, can't forget
you know,
them.
they're as bad. I mean, I mean that seriously. They're as bad as anybody. But I actually have an idea of, what if you had an island? And I think they did this with Australia, right? You have an island that is quarantined from the rest of the world, and you put all these heinous, criminals on that island, and they are banned from society, and you put, ships and guns and whatever, so that there's no possible way for them to leave that island, and they have to live the rest of their life out on that island, and whatever food or resources or whatever's on that island, it's all up to them, and it's no laws, right? There's no laws, there's no warden, there's no jail, and you just put all the worst people on that island. You let them deal with themselves. If they want to rape, murder, kill, rob, whatever, they can do it to each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like they're
Listen,
they're they're shunned from society. They can never come back, and whatever happens to them there, then that's what they have to live with.
you're basically describing. I mean, it's not to a larger extent. You're basically just describing prison.
It's a
Kind of.
prison. It's a prison of a kind, right? But there's no jail cell. There's actually no buildings or anything whatsoever on the island, right? They
Okay.
what I'm saying is, they they have shown by their actions and their criminality that they are not fit for society with regular people. So we don't want to, morally we don't want to murder people, so we're gonna ban you from society, and you have to make it on your own. So just think of a deserted island. There's trees, maybe there's fruit and vegetables growing or whatever, maybe there's some animals, maybe not, fish in the sea, but there's no buildings, there's nothing there. They've attacked society, so society doesn't want them anymore. They are completely on their own out there. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a deserted island with, a million of these prisoners, and it's overcrowded, right? they can do whatever they want. They can kill each other. They can work together. They can do whatever the fuck they want, but they can't come back here. Is what I'm saying. And I think that would end up being an even worse penalty than just straight death, if my concept makes sense.
So hopefully the struggle to just simply survive would occupy most of their energy.
Right, because those criminals are protected by doing their crime within an organized society, right? If they get caught, they go to prison, they get meals, they get clothing, there's electricity. You know what I'm saying? They still have some semblance of civilization, right? Even when they're in prison in normal society. But what I'm saying is we're taking all that away. We're taking all that away, and we're just going to put you on an island. And if you want to build some shit, build it, right? But we're not providing you any resources. You are shunned from society. You have to make it on your own. And what I think would happen is, at least in the beginning, you're going to just, they're probably going to kill each other trying to, take control of the island or whatever. They can do whatever they want, but they can't leave the island ever, and I think that's just part of it is, I mean, it's not part of rehabilitation, but I think, they'll soon come to realize that, they were predators on society. Society doesn't want them anymore. Now you have to build it on your own. Now you have to do it on your own, and see what you get from that. I
Here's
actually think it would be worse.
I see. My problem with that is by putting, let's say we put, I don't know, let's say we put, I don't know, fucking the Riddler on that island, and Riddler's not, he's smart as fuck, but eventually somebody's gonna kill him. He's kind of a pussy, right? So by putting him on the island, we're basically sentencing him to death. So we might as well just fucking kill him, save ourselves the expense and time and effort of putting him out there.
Yeah, I just think the crimes that these guys have committed and others deserves a worse penalty. And I think this is a worse penalty, meaning, imagine, look, imagine not even being able to go to sleep at night, right? You literally can't close. I mean, you are on an island filled with ruthless murderers and rapists and robbers, and there's no protection, right? No matter how smart you are, or super criminal you are, and what'll probably happen is some people will band together and try to whatever. Um, but it's going to be a really it goes from them preying on society to where they are the prey 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You know what I'm saying?
So it's mostly for ourselves in the sense that we give them the remote possibility of survival. So we feel good about, hey, we gave them a chance to survive. They're on the island. He was alive last time I saw him.
Oh, I mean,
And
I don't even care about that. No, I don't
but
care.
I mean that's the only reason that we wouldn't just kill him is
Yeah.
that if it's almost a death sentence anyway, we'll just be like, hey man, I'm going to give you a shot. You could possibly survive, but you probably won't. So peace, deuces, and enjoy those riddles on the island with the ruthless criminals.
No, I mean, I think I'm thinking of it more like it's less about, my own sense of guilt of killing somebody or whatever. I mean, I'm not overly concerned about it when you're talking about these level of criminals. I think I believe it's a worse punishment. I believe it's a worse punishment
I mean,
over the
I
long
get
term.
what you're saying. You're saying so before they die, they get mind fucked because because they can't rest and they have to constantly be on their toes. But I say, enough with mind fucking them. Let's just kill them already. That's how I feel.
I think that there was a movie I watched. It was called Lockout. Guy Pearce
I
and
saw that. Yeah,
yes, with those criminals, they were so bad they put them in that satellite in space, not even
right.
on the planet, and they put them to sleep. And they're just like, okay, you guys can't even be awake on this satellite. Just that's how bad those people were. And I could see us doing something like that. There's a lot of space is becoming kind of a bigger issue. People are putting China putting stuff up there, people putting more stuff up there that actually I was reading most of that is going to fall down on us pretty soon in the next 10 years. But I could see us doing that. I don't know how much real estate is left in the world to do an island, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and maybe it's something like that. I don't think we spend the resources for like, I guess there'd be some resources just to make sure that they, whether it's an island or in space or whatever, make sure that they can't get back to Earth, or get back to society. But I'm not really even thinking about like armed guards or anything like that. I mean, I don't know. I feel to
See,
take this conversation in a whole different direction. I kind of feel like this is kind of the
Yeah.
issue with like feminists today who are like, oh, we don't need men. Men are useless and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, cool, man. We're gonna put you in this rocket. We're gonna send you to this other planet. It's got air, it's got water, it's got food, all, whatever. Do your thing. Ain't no men coming. Do your thing. You know, I mean, seriously.
I never heard that solution before.
Hey, I mean, you don't need us if we're useless and we're terrible and all this kind of stuff. Here's your own planet, man. Your
I
own
think they were
planet.
thinking the other way around on that one, like that we would leave,
Hey,
and
JG,
they
you
would
know
just
what?
stay.
Same thing. You know what? You can have Earth. We're all leaving. We're all leaving. It's all yours. And see what happens, man.
Well, I might stick around.
Right.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
you guys have fun.
so so back at Lawrence, I took a what is it? I think it was called Biology of the Human Reproductive System,
I was
and
in that class with you. Yeah,
Lamarcker posited that
yeah,
women can potentially have kids without men.
yeah.
That
Didn't
their eggs, it's just a matter of the eggs multiplying, and you don't necessarily need sperm for that. At least that's what he posited. I don't know if that's a real thing.
Yeah, I heard about that in kind of an intro biology class I had at Lawrence.
Yeah,
Aren't there some animals that do that?
yeah,
Yeah, asexual reproduction or something.
yeah. So so,
Well,
but
that seems like
just
what
to
they're
take it
aiming
back,
for.
to the Batman Joker thing, and I think what we're ultimately talking about is capital punishment. And
Hey, wait a minute. I want to take it back to that
okay,
biology thing. We ain't going nowhere though. Just men, men, men ain't going nowhere. Now, okay, just getting that out there.
okay, well, yeah, I'm
Now
I'm
back to
definitely not
Batman.
going anywhere. But so I think what we're ultimately sort of discussing, we're doing it, through a comic book sort of lens, but we're basically saying, one, are people can people be rehabilitated? And we've decided Joker can't be rehabilitated, and so how do you punish or how do you handle someone who can't be rehabilitated? And I get your solution, which is to, you know, you're no longer allowed to participate in society. But I posit that, let's not even give them the option of, because, here's the thing, because we have to, because we're going to keep putting people on the island. These are fucking super criminals. One of them is going to fucking grab that fucking helicopter and get back. And I
Yes,
say,
yeah.
let's not risk them. Let's not risk that. Let's just get this shit over with. As Willie D would say, if it's going down, let's get it
let's
over with.
let's get this shit over with.
Yeah,
I mean, the thing too with Batman is that it's a shared universe. He's not by himself. He has a Justice League,
right.
and you know, it makes less and less sense. I mean, I've been reading these comics, and I mean, you guys probably don't know. It's like how many times has Gotham been taken over? How's it been destroyed? Batman has to do all these things to stop these guys, but Green Lantern could have taken care of this in about 5 seconds,
Yeah,
and so could Superman. And but back to Green Lantern, it's like, hey, you're a space cop. This is what you
right.
do. You take
Yep,
these people who are so bad, and he takes them to another planet. He takes them to Oa, the
yeah,
planet where the Guardians of the Universe live, where they make these Green Lanterns. They have cells, they have prisons for the worst of the worst, and the Joker's got to count as one of the worst of the worst. So I'd be like, Batman, you had your chance, man. You had your chance. Either you're gonna kill this guy, or I'm taking him. I'll just take him to Oa. That would absolve people from having to kill him because he ain't getting out of Oa.
right, right,
Um, but instead, Batman's like, no, I'll handle this, guys. No, 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 don't come to Gotham. Gotham's my city. You guys stay out. Like, dude, you ain't handling business.
Yeah, yeah,
and people are dying. And the Justice League, as a matter of fact, we should go for the Justice League has this on their blood on their hands too,
I'll take
because
that. I'll go with that.
Superman, Wonder Woman, people who can move mountains and stuff, and it's like you're just letting this guy because of his pride.
Yeah,
He's telling you to stay out. Literally in the comics, he's telling stay out of Gotham. Gotham is mine. Like, no, it's
yeah,
not, dude. But whatever.
right, right,
Superman just lets this go on. You
right.
know, it doesn't. It makes less and less sense, and uh, you know, Batman should have just murked him and been done with it.
So would you call it? This is what I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call it a collective cowardice to just get the job done.
Yeah, and look at another one, Clinton. You know, I know you don't know about this, but there was a story called Kingdom Come, and it was in the '90s where it was the future of the DC Universe. Val, you remember that one?
Yeah,
Where what was the catalyst? There was that hero. He was called Magog, and Joker came to Metropolis. He came to Metropolis, and he was killing people. Everybody's looking for him. Magog got to him first, and he killed him.
right,
He
right,
killed him, just blew him away. Superman takes Magog to jail. Even though Magog is a hero, he takes him to jail. Magog goes on trial and he wins. He gets acquitted. People are tired of the Joker. And Superman, like a bitch, he's just like, well, if you guys aren't going to prosecute or not convict him, I'm leaving. So Superman flies away like a punk biatch and never to be seen again for like 20 years. And it's like one of you all should have killed the Joker years ago, but um, you know that sort of idea is in the consciousness of people. It's just I know they can't do it. No, Batman can't really kill him in the comic unless
right,
it's Elseworlds or What If or something.
right, right, right. And I don't know this for a fact, but I suspect, especially early on when comics were definitely, supposedly, geared towards children. You don't want people killing folks.
I mean, if
little,
you look at a lot of those comics, though, people
little Timmy
they
don't
got
need that.
killed.
Little Timmy
If
don't.
you
Oh, people did die. Yeah,
well, they died in those early like 1940s comics and stuff. They
yeah,
just throw people off the road. Well, he's dead. Oh well.
yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah,
oh damn, Batman. Sometimes Superman would be like, okay, well, miss that guy. Oh well.
yeah. So, but yeah,
I guess
man.
it's,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Clinton.
I was say, what's the ultimate, I guess, point of superheroes? Are they just to punish criminals, or do we look to them to set an example for the type of behavior we want, type of people we could be, or is it like does it matter? Just get the job done. In this case, get rid of the criminal. I'm not necessarily advocating for either one. Is there a role that these kind of super beings should be playing in society?
I mean, Batman from his own mouth when he was arguing about um, there was a situation where a villain he had control of Superman, and the only way telepathic mental control, and the only way to stop him was to kill him, which Wonder Woman did. She broke his neck,
Yeah,
and Batman he couldn't abide that. And he literally told her we're supposed to be better than that. There's always another way for people like us, is what he says. And it just rang so hollow because Batman, how many people have
yeah,
died
yeah,
because you didn't do what was necessary? What Wonder Woman did here, you'd let
yeah,
Wonder Woman loose in Gotham City.
yeah. And it really is a lot of it's hubris is what it is. It's just like, no, no, trust me, I can do, I got this. It's like, dude, you don't got it. You've been Joker been fucking one upping you for decades.
Yes,
You don't got it, man. Fucking, let's either let somebody else handle it or do what you need to do.
yeah. Do what you need to
Stop
do.
stop doing that. We're better than that because ultimately humanity is humanity. I don't think you know, as Michelle Obama used to be like, they if when they go low, we go high. I mean, nah, I go down there with them.
Like, no, I'm right down there throwing elbows.
Yeah, exactly. And and I think that's this weird thing that I don't want to make it about black folks, but but just that's how criminals get over because they depend on people trying to go high and trying to do better. It's like, but when you get down in the dirt with them, then all of a sudden they back down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's how many times does the Joker just straight up taunt Batman because he
Yeah,
knows this he's not going to kill him.
yeah,
There was an
I,
interesting comic on the Marvel side, and it was an Uncanny Avengers where Captain America realized at one point he was not doing enough for the mutants, so he got some of the X Men, combined them into an Avengers team. Now the problem was that the Wasp, if you know that character Clinton from Ant Man and the Wasp,
Yeah.
and she in the comics she's much different. She's Janet Van Dyne, and she's very kind of flighty. She had a huge problem with Wolverine. She says this guy's a killer, and I can't work with him because he's a murderer and he's a killer. And at one point, Captain America, the team fractured. Captain America says, "Well, I was a soldier. I've killed people too." And then Thor was like, "I've killed countless people." And the team just fractured because she was like, "Hey, either Wolverine goes or I go," and Captain America's like, "Hey, the door's open essentially." But it's like there's some of these supposed heroes, and there came a point later when the bad guy was telling the Wasp, "Hey, you want to stop me? Kill me. I won't even do anything. Just go ahead, kill me. You can stop all of this right now." And she finally realized maybe there's a place for somebody who will do what needs to be done, but she did not have the heart to do it
right.
because she
Yeah.
was a biatch.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not advocating for not punishing these guys. I agree with you. They need to be punished. I'm just saying that from my view, that like a quick death penalty is too easy. That they're getting off too light. You
Oh,
know,
okay,
that
okay,
that's
okay.
my point. I'm
Sure,
not
sure.
advocating for going light on them. I just now we can disagree about my idea about the island being a real punishment or whatever. I just think over time it is a far harsher punishment because of the I don't care how evil you are, you're still human, and the psychological trauma, torture of continually being hunted or continually at risk, and no civilizing comforts. I think that is you're going to die ultimately, um, but you're going to suffer a lot before you get there. And I think that's just punishment for the type of crimes these guys have committed. So that's my point. I'm not trying to save them from punishment. I think this is a worse punishment.
Didn't
Yeah.
we see a movie like that?
There was a movie
I
with Ray Liotta years
Was it
ago.
really? I thought there was one of those wrestling guys was in it too or something. I can't remember now, but it sounds familiar. Like there was an island and they throw these guys onto an island and kind of let whatever happened happen.
I mean,
Yeah,
isn't it? I mean, it's not the same, but isn't that essentially what Lord of the Flies was?
Well, yeah. So Lord of the Flies is those boys were shipwrecked, and without
showing
any
how
kind of
yeah
any kind of civilizing control, half of them went
went
murderous,
feral.
and
Yeah,
yeah, and the other half try to have some semblance of civilization.
yeah.
Um,
What happens when the structures are all gone? And so that is that point. Lord of the Flies. That people do bring that up all the time. Lord of the Flies time, and the guy said in Lost.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but you know what, guys? That's kind of bringing us to the end here of our show, our first inaugural show. And I
yeah.
think that the thing that we should take away here is that pretty much I was right, and but I mean, and which you all agreed, but that
Yeah.
doesn't change the fact that I was right. But so yeah, I think we were all agreed though that Batman or society should do more than what has been done because what's being done in the case of the Joker is not good enough. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
Correct.
not.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Agreed.
Yeah.
yeah. We tried. We tried for 20 years.
Yeah.
murk them
We
already.
exactly. So thanks for listening, guys. Kill them all. Thanks for listening, everybody. That's going to be the Weekend No Show, and I'm JG, and we're here with Clinton and Val. Make sure to say goodbye, guys.
Peace.
Peace out. Later.
Okay, we'll see you guys next time. If you like the show, please like and subscribe, and we'll be sure to get back with you next time. Take care, everyone.